Oh, my. Oh, my God.
Opal, are you all right? Opal? Opal?
I am... Is it a miracle? Am I seeing an angel? It's my dad. Oh, Brooke, tell me I'm not dreaming. Just pinch me, kick me, punch me in the stomach. Tell me I'm awake and that I'm really seeing my boy.
It's Tad.
Oh. Oh, my angel face. Are you all right? Well, what on earth happened to you? Oh, thank God you're all in one piece.
Tad survived that fall from the bridge. He had a head injury. He developed amnesia. He remembers some things, but not everything.
Well, he can still talk, can he? I mean, say something to me, darling. I just gotta hear your voice.
I think you bent your hair when you fainted.
Oh, he's back! Oh, baby, he's back!
Your voice is one of the first things I remembered.
My voice? My silvery tones? Oh, that you could have forgotten.
No, you were singing a lullaby.
A lullaby? Oh, from when you were a baby. See, I only remember singing Love Me Tender and... Oh, that Mockingbird song.
That was it. Brooke showed me a picture. I'm sorry it didn't ring any bells. I mean, there's no photo in the world that could compare to the real McCoy.
You really don't remember me?
I'm sorry.
Opal, you know, Tad's memory is coming back, but it's in bits and pieces.
I told Nola that I remembered hearing your voice. You were saying that you didn't want to lose me.
Oh, my sweet boy, I never would have given you up if I didn't have to. But I just can't believe I'm sitting here talking to you. I never should have let Palmer give up on searching for you.
No, you can't blame yourself, Opal. I mean, all of us thought that it was hopeless.
Yeah, but it wasn't, was it? Because look, here he is. We're looking right at him. It's our Tad. His same eyes, same smile. Oh, thank God. Thank you, God. Who's Nola?
Oh, it's a long story.
Which you tell better than I do.
Yeah, well, somebody tell me quick before I bust.
Well, Tad spent the last 2 years in California as Ted Orsini. Nola Orsini found him, and she thought that he was her son who had come back to her. Nola had a child who had been abducted when he was little.
Oh, poor woman. So you had another mama.
Grab me out of nowhere, give me a whole new life.
Tad actually spent some time in Pine Valley as Ted. He and Nola were staying at Wildwind.
You mean Ted Orsini? Oh, he was the guy who found Junior in the park. And when Junior fingered your photo in that album, we just took that this Ted Orsini must be the dead ringer for you. Oh, doesn't that just beat all? And then what? This Mrs. Orsini, she was Dixie's patient in the hospital, and she passed away. And Dixie wanted to do something to help her son. Oh.
You're looking at him.
And you thought that woman was your mama. And she died. Oh, my poor baby. Oh, you've been through. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're just going to have one party for you. That's all. Brooke, would you just do me one mucho grande favor and call up Palmer, tell him to hightail it over to Dixie's Dixie! Oh, I almost forgot Dixie. Boy, she must have just gone bananas. Well, of course, she thought she really had gone bananas when she saw you that day in the park, but she hadn't at all because it really was you, wasn't it? Oh, my, you must have just tickled the bejeebies out of her. Where is she? Now, wait a minute. Why do I feel like the bottom just dropped out of the elevator?
Dixie's gone.
Gone? What do you mean? Oh, you are pulling my leg, aren't you?
Opal, no, he's not. He's not kidding.
Well, what do you mean? Where's Dixie?
We don't know exactly, but she packed up her things, and she took Junior and ran off with Brian.
Nobody knows where.
No, not now. How could she? She has got to see you. Dixie's got to know that you're alive. All this time, I thought you were up there shaking hands with Elvis.
Excuse me?
2 long, hard years.
Well, I'm happy to be back.
Oh, and Dixie ought to be here. You know, it just isn't fair. She has really had more than her share of hell and high water.
Do you know where she might be?
Well, if I did, we'd be there right now. But, and if she knew that you were back, you can be sure she'd be here this instant, standing right up to Adam and spitting in his face. You remember Adam, don't you? You've got to remember that horny toad face to evil so you can stop him like you did the last time.
Well, Adam was the one person I was lucky enough to run into.
Were you in a car at the time, I hope?
Adam was at the airport when we arrived.
Well, did you pop him a good one at least?
As a matter of fact, I did. Just for old time's sake.
Good. Old time's sake, boy. That guy's still up to his neck in his old tricks, yanking an innocent child out of the arms of his mama.
Not anymore.
Adam is dropping the custody soon.
What? Holy moly, that is incredible. What did you do to finagle that? I mean, did you scare the old vulture half to death?
I didn't have anything to do with it. A certain blonde changed his mind before I got a crack at it.
Not you.
Oh, I wish I could take the credit. No, it was Gloria Marsh.
Gloria? Well, that's incredible. Will wonders never cease? You know, I never wanted to believe you were dead, not for one single minute. I mean, everybody tried to talk me out of it, but I could just sense that there was this gaping hole just about your size in the great beyond.
You've been traveling out of body when I was gone?
No, I'm talking internal maternal. You know, every mama has her own special radar instincts about her babies, and I just kept on believing that you were gonna come back someday, right up until the very minute. I forgot. What about Jamie?
He's fine. Jamie's fine. Tad, I think Opal could use a glass of water.
Well, yeah, now that you mention it, my throat does feel like a sunburned bone in the desert.
I could use one, too. It's through there?
Yes. Listen. He doesn't know that Jamie is his son. I haven't told him yet.
Well, why the heck not? What are you waiting
I
for?
can't explain it right now. Explain it, please.
I'll get it.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Listen, promise, don't say anything to him, please. Not yet.
Well, okay. I mean, it isn't like we don't have a million other things to pass the time.
Where the devil have you been? Your mother's been in pure agony because of you.
Maybe you should have shelled out another couple of dollars for that army of private investigators.
My men combed every inch of this globe looking for you.
Idiots. They missed a spot. It's called the Napa Valley.
Darling, are you all right?
Oh, well, I did not tell you he was alive.
Yeah.
You yes, you're never going to doubt me again, are you? We'll see how long that lasts.
All right, where's Dixie?
We don't know.
No, we got to find her, though, Palmer. We got to. You know, she just flew the coop with Brian, and they took little Junior with them.
She what?
She didn't even leave a note or anything. She could be south of a dozen borders by now.
Look, we don't know for sure that she's missing.
Well, let's get some blasted answers. Have you called the hospital?
We should have heard from Adam by now.
Adam knows about this? Adam drove Dixie to this. How dare he call the police to track her down?
Before you know it, he'll be having bloodhounds chasing Dixie after her
Right.
heels
Dixie is
across
his
the
client.
ice.
So you can just tell Jack that he can call me at her number. All right, thank you.
Well, don't bother. Montgomery's got his hands full at Cortlandt Manor taking care of Peter.
Oh, well, look at you. You're even more handsome than I remember you. That California sun did you good.
Did you always wear those earrings?
Oh, no, you wouldn't remember these. These are brand spanking new. But don't worry, you didn't inherit my fashion sense. So how was it out there on the West Coast? I mean, were you like, squishing grapes with your bare
Brooke?
feet in a
You
big
know what,
giant
Opal?
vats? Is
I'm
that-
going to go over, and I'm going to give Jack the news and see if he has any ideas.
Who's Jack?
Jackson Montgomery, that Fixie's lawyer, he's an old pal of yours, too.
Why do we need that shyster's opinion? He's gotten us into enough trouble already.
Did I ever tell you married an upbeat kind of guy?
Well, no, you never did call love upbeat.
Really? Makes me proud to call you Daddy.
I am not your father. Would someone bring this deluded young man up to date?
Au contraire, Papa. You married Ma. As far as I'm concerned, that makes us blood kin.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going down to the police station and nip Adam Chandler in the bud. I'll take care of finding my own family.
All for one, eh, Pops?
Oh, all right, now you two make nice.
Just a hunch, but that's the in-law you were talking about that destroyed my marriage, right?
Do you remember that?
No. He just seems like the type of jerk that would do something like that.
If you're going to rehash ancient history, do it in California. We're busy.
Oh, now, you hush up. This is the good son. Deep down in his gut, Ted remembers how he feels about you. It's all coming back, isn't it? The old sensations coming back strong, aren't they?
I thought it was gas.
Come on, Opal.
Oh, well,
Now, listen. If being married to this bozo doesn't turn out to be a bed of roses, you tell me
it's
and
a
I'll
bed
take
of
it.
roses. I'm walking on air. But I gotta just say adios for a couple of minutes, okay? I got a mission that I'm really gonna love carrying out. Ooh. Welcome home, honey.
Oh, Jack.
What's wrong?
Everything is such a mess.
Huh? What is it? Is it Opal?
No, Opal is fine. Opal is fine.
Well, then what?
You're not going to believe this.
Well, I don't know. I've had a hell of a month. Try me.
Tad is alive. I just left him.
How? What?
Dixie did see Tad. He survived that fall. He's back.
Where the hell's he been?
It's not important, all right? It's not important right now because we have other things to deal with.
What?
Adam is dropping the custody suit.
Oh, nonsense. He's not doing it. It's just some kind of a trick. He's not...
No. I thought that at first, too, but he's for real.
Well, that jackass. You mean he put Dixie through this living hell and now he's dropping the suit?
Yes. Unfortunately, he changed his mind just a little bit too late. Dixie is missing. We think that she ran off somewhere. She took Adam Jr. Nobody knows where Brian is.
Where the hell was I while this was going on?
It just happened. I just called your office. Adam's down at the police station.
Oh, good. That's all we need.
No. He doesn't want to press charges. He just wants to find Dixie.
Brooke, listen to me. If he goes to that police station, he has the wheels of justice turning it all. This change of mind of his is going to be one of the biggest fiascos this town has ever seen. I got to get over there.
Oh.
Listen, I'm sorry to do this to you.
That's okay.
Just watch the baby, and I'm sure when somebody comes back, they'll be right wherever you need to go. I just got to
Get
get
it back.
time.
Hi. I'm Laurel Bannon. Hi, I'm Brooke English. Is it a full moon?
Come on, you're gonna have to apologize to my
Yeah,
I will later.
She yanked me right out of Mr. Mifflin's room.
Thank goodness, what's the word?
Well, you two got to hear this together, okay? And I think you'd better just sit yourselves down.
Is
Sit down.
nothing wrong, I hope?
No, it's not. It's nothing's wrong. It's good. This is better than good. This is Well, I mean, there aren't very many times in my life when I've fainted dead away like I did just now. But, oh, don't worry, Ruthie. It's not because I'm pregnant again or anything like that.
Something anyway.
Yeah, no, it isn't that. It's just the best news in the whole wide world. I can hardly wait to tell you guys. He's back.
Who's back?
Dad.
Dad?
He's alive, Ruthie. He's home again.
Opal, you're not joking.
Oh, I wouldn't joke about a thing like that, Joe. Oh, no, I am deadly serious. This is the God's honest truth. I just finished talking with the one, the only, that is James Martin. Ruthie. Joe, we got our boy back.
My son is alive.
Oh, thank you, Petra. I appreciate it.
Can you say bye-bye? Bye. Bye.
Come on, we'll build a little something with those blocks. Come here.
Oh, you're so big.
You're so big. Boy, I think you grew. I missed you. Boy, all the time in California, I just wanted to hold you and show you your dad, huh? Oh, I never realized how much your eyes look like his. Yeah. You're so silly. Come on, let's build. Go to the table. We're going to build something. Come here, you. Come here. Look at all these. They've been waiting for you. Yeah. I can't tell, Tad. Not yet.
We can't pitch in, unofficially.
Roger. We'll find Dixie and Junior if we all have to change our names and go underground to do it.
Adam, if I were you, I'd call my lawyer.
Yes, the continuance. Yes, I'll call the prayer.
Thanks.
And I'll be back if you hear anything.
Yeah, we'll do. Go. I need to use the phone. Right over there. Come here.
I don't care where you've been. It's good to have you back.
Thanks.
Adam mentioned that you had some kind of memory problem.
I can still recognize a friend when I see one.
Good. Jack Montgomery. Friend Jack. That's all you have to remember right now, all right? We'll talk. We'll get all caught up when the dust settles here, all right?
I'd like that.
Yeah, me too.
Tad?
Is that really you? I'm sorry, your name's...
Hey, forget the names. Put it there. Welcome home.
Come here, you. Hello. Hello.
It's very good to see you.
We're so happy.
I know this is all a little strange.
But we understand.
So much in one day. It must be overwhelming.
Everything is going to be all right.
We just want to welcome home.
We had to see you, but we won't stay long.
In spite of what you've been through, and you look wonderful.
Wonderful. That face is...
You look pretty wonderful, too. Wow.
Dad. darling. Oh, my.
What's the matter, Jack?
I'm certainly glad you asked me that question, Brooke, because, well, you see, right now I've got a client who is in open defiance of a judge's order, who has decided to take her juvenile son and her underage boyfriend across a city, a county, and a state line. That's 3. Count them. 3 strikes against us. We haven't got started yet.
I've never seen you like this.
Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more. There's more. Right now I've got an amnesiac, a recovering alcoholic, and an ex-man of enchantment, coon private investigator out there trying to find Dixie and bring her back here alive. And while they're doing that, I'm tap dancing like Fred Astaire, trying to keep one step ahead of the judge and the social worker so they don't find out that I have knowledge of a crime being committed, which I'm trying to keep a secret. Are you following this so far at all?
Yeah.
Great.
I can hardly wait for the sequel.
Oh, there won't be a sequel, Brooke, because I don't think this this case is ever going to end. I think it's just going to go on and on and on. And if it ever does end, and I can get out of this soul-sucking town finally and go to Rio to spend my declining years, I will be so old and so tired, I won't even be able to carry my own beach umbrella.
You want to leave Pine Valley?
Well, Brooke, let me ask you a question. What the hell is keeping me in this town except for a rented room and a client list?
No offense, right?
Present company accepted. Look, you know what I mean. You know what I feel like? I feel like Jimmy Stewart in It's a Wonderful Life. I'm so concerned that everybody else's life go well, that everything is okay in their life, that I make the right choice, the careful choice. And I realize that after all this, I've never had a life of my own.
You know, Jack, after everything with Angelique, you give such a good impression of a man who is on top of things,
You
a
like
man
this
who's
impression?
in control.
You ought to see my Elvis impression.
Look, maybe I need glasses. I didn't see it. I didn't see that you were hurting. I'm sorry.
You're sorry. Well, Brooke, you should be sorry. Damn it. I mean, it isn't like you have anything going on in your life. Either you're working on a red-hot expose, or you're wishing your ex-lover was dead, or your ex-lover that was dead, you're wishing was still dead, or you're trying to raise a child. Hey, maybe I'll forgive you if you come over here and hug me in the next 2 seconds. I'm not kidding, please. You're such a good friend. I love you. Hey, I got your message. And of course I didn't say anything about Jamie to town. I wouldn't do that. It's not my tale to town.
Thank you. How was it when you saw him?
Well, it was not exactly the kind of reunion you might expect. I mean, we looked at each other kind of bug-eyed and slack-jawed for 2 minutes, and then we got to work trying to get Dixie out of this damn mess that she's into.
She's in big trouble, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Brooke, believe me when I tell you I'm not exaggerating in any way when I say that if this thing goes as badly as it could, Dixie could end up in jail, and that kid could end up a ward of the court. Oh, gee.
It's not going to go that far, is it?
Well, this judge gets wind that Dixie is defying his order. He has every right to charge her with kidnapping, a felony. I don't even want to think that far ahead.
But you will. All right? You'll burn the midnight oil, you'll crack the law books, and you will come up with a way to save the day the way you always do.
Yeah, you bet. That's me, Jack Montgomery, to the rescue.
Hey, Jack. The life you save may be your own.
Well, if my life is going to be saved, it's going to have to be me that saves it, Brooke, because I don't see anybody lining up to volunteer to you. Hey, check this. Do you know that on top of my desk, back in my office, I have a one-way ticket to Rio just sitting there,
And what is in Rio?
Well, in Rio, they have this beautiful stretch of white sand. I could sit down, have a cool drink, read a cheesy paperback, and just wait for the girl from Ipanema to come put a little suntan oil on my back.
Sounds very dreamy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my life is a nightmare here, and I will be here in the sub-zero weather trying to convince this judge 8 ways from Sunday that he should give us a continuance on this damn case. It's a wonderful life, huh?
Well, you know, you only described the first reel. I believe the way the movie ends is that Jimmy Stewart realizes how much he's needed and how different the lives of his friends and family would be if he had never been around.
It's a movie, Brooke. It's a movie. I need a happy ending in real life here, you know?
You need a woman, Jack. You need a woman who makes as much difference to your life as you do to hers.
Yeah, you bet I do, but what if she doesn't exist?
Oh, she exists. For all you know, she may be right around the corner.
You know, I think it's only fair to say in defense of my parents that I wasn't raised to come dump all over somebody with my problems and then run out the door.
Forget it. All right. As long as I have reciprocal dumping privileges.
Always. Listen, you've had kind of a rotten week. You want to exercise those privileges right now? Huh? You okay?
I'm fine.
Yeah?
Really. You know, I think with Tad on the case, things will work out more or less okay for everybody.
More for Dixie, less for you, the way I see it. It's none of my business, but why did you decide not to tell Tad about Jamie?
Jack, really, I mean, the timing isn't exactly right. I mean, Tad is on overload as soon as he has one recollection from his past and he starts to resurface. There's another way building up to knock him back down again. You know, there is such a thing as having a heart, right?
You're all heart.
Don't sign me up for statehood yet.
You sure? I got the papers.
You know, it's a big difference. Forgetting something. Tad doesn't even remember that he's Jamie's father, you know, so it's not a matter of him. It's different, not knowing
I know.
something.
I must tell you, though, that many's the time I wish I had a little medicinal dose of selective amnesia.
You don't mean that.
How did you know I was back?
Alice? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Fine? Fine as in I'm fine, or fine as in I'm too tough to sing the blues?
What do I have to be blue about? I mean, I just brought Tad back from the dead. Just giving his life back in installments, sort of like a chapter book. So I'm relieved. I'm happy.
I'm totally freaked out.
So strange.
How hard was it telling Tad about his son?
It was so hard, I didn't do it. So go on, say it. I'm a coward.
Hardly.
Well, what would you call it? Extremely discreet. I mean, I gave birth to the man's son almost 2 years ago, and I just somehow neglected to mention it to him.
Well, there's such a thing as too much to handle.
I'm the one that couldn't handle it, Edmund, not Tad, me.
All right. Maybe you didn't want to blow his mind.
I didn't stint on any other mind-blowing details. I told him all about Dixie's problems pretty thoroughly.
You and Dixie weren't intimately involved.
Intimately involved. You know, Tad had a flash of being with me, so I had to tell him the why and the when, and I mean, it was a perfect opportunity to tell him about Jamie. I had a dozen chances.
Why didn't you tell him?
Pride? Vanity? Ego?
I don't think so. Not you.
Look, Tad barely remembers me. He never loved me. He left me for the love of his life. So don't you think it might be a little bit humiliating for me to tell him that I am the mother of his only child?
I don't think that would stop you.
Well, how would you feel if some Jane Doe came up to you and said, oh, you know, I have your son. You don't think you might resent that just a little bit?
First of all, you're not Jane Doe. All right? You're an incredible woman. And on some level, I'm sure Tad knows that. I mean, even if he doesn't have his pieces all together. Now, he's not an insensitive guy. He will... You don't have to be afraid of him.
What if he doesn't want to be Jamie's father? What then?
Look, 10 minutes with Jamie, and Tad will be charmed right down to his toes.
Charmed isn't good enough. and fond and pleased. That doesn't work either, don't you get it, Edmund? Jamie is the miracle of my life.
I know that.
It was a dream that couldn't come true, but it did come true. It was Jamie.
All right, so what does this have to do with Tad?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. He didn't love a little girl and lose her. He didn't desperately try to conceive a child and was finally told that he could give up.
All right, so Jamie isn't a miracle for Tad.
You know what I tell Jamie about where his father is? I tell him that he's in heaven, that he's with the angels and the stars, and that he sends him beautiful dreams, and that he loves him more than the sun and the moon, more than his mom does.
Jamie's easy to love.
It's not a matter of easy. It's either you do or you don't. I mean, he's a good man. He's a decent man, but he can be glib. He can put on an act for my benefit, for Jamie's and mine. I don't want an act for my son. I want the real thing or nothing at all.
What makes you think that Tad won't feel the real thing?
He didn't with me. I mean, I was a grown-up. That was fine. But it's not fine for my son. The only real thing for Tad is Dixie. He wanted a baby with her. Nobody else.
Tad loved Dixie. He wanted a baby with her. And instead he got a baby with some woman down the road.
Listen to me. You are not some woman down the road. And you and Tad didn't just have a one-night stand. It was special. You were close.
Special. But when Dixie wanted him back, he went. I'm afraid he's going to feel cheated.
Cheated how? You brought his life back.
He lost 2 years with the woman that he loves. And now, Jamie, he's not going to have the family that he planned.
He'll have a better one, okay? Listen to me. I didn't even think 2 minutes about a kid until one day I was kissed on the nose by a little boy with peanut butter breath. He was wearing feety pajamas, and I tell you, I swear, I thought I died and went to heaven.
That's you.
No, that's Jamie. We're not talking about any kid. We're talking about a kid who shares toys, who hums himself to sleep on key, who knows when adults need a hug, who can turn a bath towel into a ghost outfit.
Edmund, it's not the point.
Baby, it is. Jamie is spectacular. He is not just your miracle. He is a miracle to the world. He is a gift. Any jerk can see that. And Tad Martin is not a jerk. Just a few minutes with Jamie, and he is going to feel like the luckiest dad alive. He will. But if you're not ready to tell him, then you don't have to.
What if I'm never ready?
Well, then maybe you're not the person to tell him. Maybe Dixie.
I wish she were here.
Yeah, I know. She'll be here. Okay, they'll find her. In the meantime, will you just give yourself a break? I mean, what have you been doing the last couple of years, huh? You've been raising this kid all by yourself. For the last 6 months, you've been taking care of this basket case, and you just went to Napa and brought Tad back from the Twilight Zone. Would you just... Haven't you done enough? Can you just ease up? Dropping your defense and letting me in.
I should be thanking you.
Don't. It felt too good.